We want regime change, we want blood, but not ours, of course. Israel's gonna stay on the sidelines, make Americans die for this war, right? And make you spend billions, maybe trillions like we did last time on behalf of Israel to eliminate yet another enemy of Israel. This is all about Israel. Zero American interest in this, none, zero. No one has ever said anything about American interest. They don't even bother. They're just like, well, obviously we have to murder them and decapitate their regime and change it and put in a shah, a king, etc., a dictator, and of course that will help Israel. Well, where does it help us? When we attack this time, and I think it's gonna be when, we're not sending the USS Abraham Lincoln to have a picnic there. And we'll get to all the facts as to why I think it's going to happen. And Iran this time says we're not gonna just retaliate against Israel. America's attacking us, we're gonna attack back. And when they do, if we lose any soldiers, that is all on Israel's hands. And you should be furious at Israel for getting us into this war, bribing us into this war, manipulating us into this war. We have no business with Iran at all. This is 100% Israel's war that we are being made to fight. So remember that.
And I agree. He's not sending them there just in case. Come on, they're gonna spend billions of dollars on this.
Yeah.
They're going to attack.
You're attacking protesters here at home. You're not worried about American protesters. They're getting shot in the head 3 times by your own forces. And you're pretending to care about Iranian protesters? Who thinks that Donald Trump's heart breaks for protesters and that's why he might go to war and not the hundreds of millions of dollars he's gotten from the Israeli lobby? Come on. So then they got rid of the nukes that didn't exist. Then they want to go to war again. So wait, I thought it was about the nuclear facilities, and Trump said the nuclear facilities were completely destroyed. If you're a cuck for Trump and you believe everything he says, then there is no threat left. Then Israel changed it to, well, did we say we wanted to attack because of nukes? We meant ballistic missiles, but almost every country has ballistic missiles. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. We want regime change, we want blood, but not ours, of course. Israel's gonna stay on the sidelines, make Americans die for this war, right? And make you spend billions, maybe trillions like we did last time on behalf of Israel to eliminate yet another enemy of Israel. This is all about Israel. Zero American interest in this, none. Zero. No one has ever said anything about American interest. They don't even bother. They're just like, well, obviously we have to murder them and decapitate their regime and change it and put in a shah, a king, etc., a dictator, and of course that will help Israel. Well, where does it help us? Why doesn't Israel go fight its own war? In fact, as you're about to see, Israel's a little worried that they might get struck in this attack. They're like, America, you do it, you do it, you do it, okay? Here's some bribes, here's extortion, here's Jeffrey Epstein, you do it, okay? And they're like, oh no, they might hit Israel. Well, then don't start the war, problem solved. So why do they want regime change, guys? Guys, they're never going to stop until they get regime change. It isn't about the missiles or the nukes or the protesters in the streets. Israel just slaughtered 70,000 people in the streets. You think they care about people dying? Israel's heart is so broken over Muslims being killed in the streets. How can you say that with a straight face when every Israel supporter was like 20,000 children dead? Well, I love it. They deserved it, they had it coming. They're all stupid Muslims waiting to be terrorists. That's why we murdered their children. Yes, they say, right? Then they're like, oh, we're so heartbroken about Muslim protesters being killed in Iran. No, so why do they want regime change? Because they don't want democracy. What if the protests work? Because there's 2 different things, guys, super important. Israel's hiding as usual behind human shields. Those are the Iranian protesters, right? There are real protesters who are mad about what's going on in Iran. And those guys, and the Ayatollah is not somebody that anyone is in favor of in America, right? And it's a dictatorship. So there's a real issue about Iran, their internal politics, and who should rule Iran. Israel's like, oh great, let's take advantage of that. But we don't actually want the protesters winning, because if they win, they might get a democracy, and a democracy in Iran might be even more hostile to Israel than the Ayatollah was. Because the Ayatollah cares about his own ass, So when he thought he might die, he was like, and he backed off a little bit, right? Yeah. But in a democracy, they might go more against Israel, so they don't want that. So that is why you're seeing all over American media this clown, the Shah. I'm the Shah Jr. I used to be the dictator's son, and Israel wants me to be the new dictator, so I'm going to be the new Shah. And we think Americans don't understand what the word Shah means, so that's why we keep using it. Shah. Shah just means king, which means dictator. By the way, he went and kissed the wall, and he went to Israel, the Shah that they want to install, and he said, "I'll serve Israel." Of course. So that this war is 1000% for Israel. So you're seeing tons of propaganda from the Israelis / CBS. 12,000 died, 20,000 died, that's made up. It looks like though about 5,000 have died, but what you might not know, okay, and it's very hard to get information, and I condemn the Iranian government for the killings, I condemn the Iranian government for running a dictatorship in the first place, and I condemn them for shutting off the internet, just like Israel has, kills the journalists so nobody can see the genocide in Gaza. Iran is shutting off the power and the journalists, etc., so no one can see what they're doing. But also, Mossad and Israel has bragged about how they have provocateurs in the streets, and they are actively causing violence, killing the security forces so that there's a bigger bloodbath, so they could use it as an excuse to attack Iran. And so, but most importantly for us back here in America, okay, if you think there's never going to be a cost, and a lot of MAGA's riding high thinking, we keep doing all these bombings and we never lose anybody. First of all, it costs tons of money, and the media never tells you about that, because beloved Israel must be protected and all of our money must be spent on behalf of Israel. So shh, Jake Tapper will never tell you all the money we spend fighting these wars for Israel. But on top of that, of course there's going to be a cost. Are you crazy? You think that we're gonna go into war after war, bombing after bombing, and we're never gonna lose anyone? And the minute we lose someone, they're gonna say we have to go deeper into war. That's the trick every single time. Please don't fall for it. And every American soldier that dies is on Israel's hands, okay? Because there's no one in America that wants this war other than Israel first.